Tomb of Annihilation. The dungeon where if your players die, they actually die. This isn't just a matter of, oh, well, we'll get you to a cleric. This is, yeah, you're dead. Necrotic damage is permanent damage, and anything that permanently reduces your hit points, those hit points don't come back until you end the death curse. Well, my players, they went through Cholt. They slogged through the jungle. Oh, I lost my page. They went through all of it. They found skeleton keys. They got to the tomb. They encountered the tomb dwarves. But they died. They skipped a lot of stuff. This is where they died. Level 4. We had one of our paladins decided he was going to go through those 4 rooms of elements or whatever. He made it to the sand one and died there. The elf had died, she had died in a different tomb when she was possessed by Nang Nang. And Nang Nang's told her, hey, you should go loot that dead dwarf over there. So she went to loot the dead dwarf and she died. So she got to re-roll. I had it so that, I had some pre-mades from Adventure League, I think. Somewhere. I had some pre-mades. I threw them in, and I was like, you can be one of these people. So she chose this grung that was living in the quarter that floods and joined the party. They got the nice little skull guy that talks a lot. He was so annoying. They were very glad when he followed the paladin in, and the paladin died because that got rid of the skull. And then the others died here. They had to touch the crown. They could have gotten out, but they touched that crown, and then they died, and their bodies were pulled into the sphere of annihilation. And that was the end of that. Well, the great thing about this book that I really, really love is that Cholt is so huge, and there are so many places to go that you can keep doing this over and over again. Like, look at this continent. It's huge. My players went straight down pretty much here. They went to Firefinger. Then they went over to Mesro. Over to Mesro, and then they came down to get Needle's Bones, Kirsabal, Nangalore, flew all the way over to Amu. So that's where they went. There's this whole continent. They wanted to play a group of kobolds because, well, in Horde of the Dragon Queen, they started, they converted a bunch of kobolds from the Dragon Cult. And I let them play them as NPCs to, like, prevent me from having to play a million NPCs. And they really had a blast. They really want to actually play as kobolds. So we did. And we decided to put them in Omu. That's where they get to be. So, starting this weekend, we're going to have 4 kobolds trying to solve the death curse. That hundreds of adventurers have died in this tomb. It's going to be epic. They've already decided, we've already done our session 0. We decided how everybody interacts with the different factions in Omu. Alright, so King of Feathers is here. I asked how they feel about King of Feathers, and they're like, that's a no touch. Run away. Ask them, for foraging, they don't go into the jungle because the jungle will eat you, so you only go there if that's your job. Which, of course, none of them have jobs like that. The Kobolds' main jobs from the module is to take care of the shrines, right? So our players, we rolled dice to figure out which shrine they would have. They got Unks, which is actually pretty easy. We had there was a kobold mishap up at Kubazan's shrine. where the Froghemoth accidentally ate the people that were supposed to clean this shrine up. So now the players have both of these shrines. Again, random dice roll decided. So by the time the adventurers get to Omu in the module, there are only like 15 kobolds left living under the marketplace. Well, that's a very small tribe, and there are 9 tombs, and that's a lot of work. Like, you know, so granted, if there wasn't a death curse, there probably wouldn't be much work on the shrines because nobody'd be going there and messing them up. So we put it as, and that really wouldn't be much fun to play. So this is before the death curse starts, and there's about 60 kobolds in this tribe. They appreciate that the Grungs are taking care of Nang Nang's shrine for them, so they don't have to worry about that one. They leave the Grungs alone. Grungs are friends. The Yuntai, of course, tend to ignore the kobolds, and as the module says, they barely notice that there's even kobolds. So the way the kobolds view it is that the Yuntai are scared of the kobolds, the mighty kobolds. It was their city. Snakes are gross. Dragons are awesome. That's what happens there. So Unk's shrine is way down here. Right here, I'm sure many of you encountered Bag of Nails. My party encountered Bag of Nails. The elf took personal insult that he tried to poison them. And wait, is that how she died? No, she nearly died with a one-shot from a sneak attack from him when they came out of Unk's shrine. So she takes personal offense to him, and her view is that she wants to kill him. So of course, Bag of Nails is a little nutty, and he views everything as prey, so it'd be very easy for them to justify that, but we'll have to see. They don't know anything about the veggie pygmies, because I never introduced them. The red wizards, of course, aren't here yet. What else is here? I think that's pretty much it. Dinosaurs can be food or run away from them. Zombies, that's why they trap the marketplace. The marketplace traps aren't really hurtful. It's right there. They're just basically to keep the zombies out and give kobolds warning that the zombies are around. That's pretty much it. So tune in. It should be fun. I'm going to have this about 6 months before the adventure ring party actually, 6 months before the module starts. And they're going to encounter, they get to encounter, so they'll get to encounter the company of the Yellow Banner while they're still alive. And I think it'll be kind of funny because it'll probably explain that staff a little bit better. You know which one I'm talking about. The goat staff. Because my party picked it up. The paladin in particular. Alright, so tune in next week. It'll be a little bit before we get to enter the tomb. But yes, these 4 kobolds are going to take on the Tomb of Annihilation. And I think I have a plan to at least get them somewhere in there. They probably get pretty far. They can't defeat the soulmonger of that, I'm sure. Like, I'm not going to get them to level 8 in the next couple weeks. But, or 9 or 10. But kobolds are resourceful and practical. Well, maybe not practical, but they're definitely resourceful. They'll figure something out, I'm sure. Alright, I'll see you next week.